played the boxing game. And what this speaks to, and this is a boxing show, boxing is fundamentally exploitative. I get this as a fan. It's a guilty pleasure. I get it, right? And what usually it's fans and networks exploiting fighters, right? We say we want to see you in blood and guts fights, which risks their health for the rest of their life, to entertain us. But here's what's crazy to me about a fight like that. And I remember, when I'm a little kid, Sugar Ray Leonard wins the gold medal. And then you blink, he's fighting Benitez for the title. Then he's fighting Duran twice. Then he's fighting Hearn. It didn't take 100 years to make the fight. But what's wild about something like this is a real super fight, and I said this on the broadcast for Crawford and Canelo, can't be promoted into existence. Right. What a real super fight is, the dust settles in an era, and there are two dudes left standing. There's Ali, there's Frazier, there's Leonard, there's Hagler, there's Mayweather, there's Pacquiao. That's a super fight, right? There's Crawford, there's Canelo. Those are two big fighters of the era. This type of fight, this could easily be at the end of an era. Because Teo might be a dude left standing, and Shakur could be the dude left standing, right?
I agree. Are you training to do something to not just beat Shakur, but to beat him in grand fashion? When I say grand fashion, I mean going for the knockout.
Well, I think that the whole thing is the Bible of boxing really is that if you look for the knockout, you won't get it. I think really it's just all about setting the good pace early in the beginning rounds and then going from there.
We have going for us when a person underestimates you. That's lovely. And that ain't the only thing he's underestimating. So, good.
Max Kellerman believes this fight is far from routine, calling it dangerous territory for Shakur Stevenson and a real examination of elite skill. This battle is not hype. This is pressure, risk, and legacy colliding under bright lights. One wrong step changes everything. Shakur isn't just fighting an opponent. He's fighting expectations, timing, and history itself. This matchup demands precision, mental strength, and flawless execution, proving whether greatness truly survives when the challenge is sharp, calculated, and unforgiving at all times.
Aesthetically pleasing fight. We've seen the way Teo goes against some of these boxers. We've seen Shakur in some bad fights, obviously. Although Shakur looks pretty damn good against Williams Zepeda. Teo's not a pressure guy. That's counter punch. Two counter punchers. Really.
Yes, it is not but there are some fights, guys. I think about Pernell Whitaker and Buddy McGirt, or Sugar Ray Leonard and Wilfred Benitez. I love the high-speed chess match. Not every fight has to be rock and sock and robots, right? That is, I agree with you. Aesthetically, there could be problems because someone has to take the lead, and they're both counterpunchers. But Chris, Teo has some angles with his feet that might bother a guy like Shakur.
That's exactly what I was thinking. He has great angles with the feet. He moves greater in the ring. And combination fighter, to me, combinations is the best.
Teophimo Lopez remains locked in and unshaken, insisting this fight will be a rude awakening for Shakur Stevenson when they finally collide. He believes confidence meets consequence in the ring. To Teophimo, skill alone won't save Shakur once the pressure rises and the pace turns hostile. He promises intensity, timing, and hunger will expose comfort zones, turning this matchup into a statement night where reality hits hard and respect is forced, not given, always brutally.
For one, my mandatory, and he didn't. He was too hesitant, trying to commit to punches. So I think that it's just something that's going to be a rude awakening for Shakur.
Hey, Doug, you hear that? He said the Bible of boxing. What else is called the Bible of boxing? Ring Magazine, and he's two-division, Ring Magazine champ.
Great ambassador for those championship belts as well.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm very big on those things. I claimed 2 weight divisions, 2 Ring Magazine belts.
Shocker's coach Jack explains the camp stayed true to their foundation, keeping the same disciplined routines that built champions. However, this time the strategy was sharpened with smarter adjustments, deeper planning, and calculated preparation. Jack says it's about fighting with the brain as much as the body. Every drill, every round, and every move was designed to elevate Shocker's IQ, control the pace, and dominate without wasting energy when it matters most under championship pressure on fight night lights glare.
Trying to see new little things, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's basically the same thing we've been doing. We've changed the strategy, but no camp is never exactly the same. So, yeah, it's just like always. We may try a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but it's mainly the same things. One of the best things we have going for us when a person underestimates you. That's lovely. And that ain't the only thing he's underestimating. So, we're good.
Max Kellerman points out that while Shakur's power is sharp and precise, Teophimo's raw strength and constant footwork make him just as dangerous. Teo doesn't stand still. He cuts angles, presses forward, and forces mistakes. That movement shows determination, confidence, and high-level ring intelligence. Kellerman believes this balance of power versus pressure is what elevates the matchup. It's not just about who hits harder, but who controls space, tempo, and nerves when skill meets hunger inside the ring. On fight night, both men must prove toughness, discipline, adaptability, and mindset.
The thing I like about Teo's style, when you have a guy like Shakur whose defense is that good, and he's not just the guy who's going to hug you, he can box, the easiest thing in the world is just to pick him against everybody.
Right.
But Teo also has the kind of work, Malik, where he steps around guys. And I think about Buddy McGirt, Meldrick Taylor.
Yes.
Roy, where Meldrick had quick enough feet, where if you were going to come right at Buddy McGirt, he could box you. But Meldrick could give him angles that were more difficult. I think of Roy Jones, James Toney. If you were going to go at James Toney, forget it. His defense is too good. But Roy had the feet to move around James Toney. And maybe Teo has the feet to move around Shakur.
I seriously doubt it. Shakur is a whole different type of animal. His ring IQ is up there with the best. He's getting literally. I don't know how many times we've seen two.
Shakur says criticism follows him everywhere, with many fans refusing to give him the credit he feels he has earned. He believes his achievements are constantly minimized, his skills questioned, and his opponents labeled insignificant to weaken his legacy. Shakur argues that winning the right way is often misunderstood, especially when dominance looks effortless. He insists discipline, defense, and intelligence matter just as much as knockouts, and one great performance can finally silence doubters and force real respect on the biggest stage possible tonight globally.
And just kept it moving. I do feel like I am in the situation that when I do make fighters look and beat them up, the first thing that they going to run to is, oh, this guy wasn't that good, or this guy is not nobody. They're going to take away from my resume, same way they did with Blood. Just like my last fight. They turned the dude that I was fighting, and they say he's a cab driver. But I want to say his fight before he fought me, he fought Nakatani.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect to Teo. Teo had, a majority decision with Nakatani. Lomachenko, it took him 9 to 10 rounds to get him out of there. That dude got him out of there in 6. So he couldn't be as bad as how they made him seem. But I think I'm just in a lose situation when it comes down to it, because anybody that I fight.
This time he says the mission is personal and unavoidable, determined to prove himself and silence every doubter watching closely. Shakur believes moments like this define careers, separating talk from truth. He wants to dominate, not just win, and leave no room for excuses or narratives. For him, this fight is about respect, legacy, and showing that patience, precision, and confidence can break noise forever on the biggest stage imaginable.
They're going to act like I didn't fight nobody. Even with Edwin. Edwin is a great fighter. But after I beat him, they're going to sit there and say that he wasn't as good as...
Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia has shared his thoughts on the highly anticipated fight between Shakur Stevenson and Teophimo Lopez. While he leans toward Shakur as the likely winner, he also acknowledges that Teophimo cannot be underestimated. Garcia points out that Stevenson's skills, speed, and defensive mastery give him a clear advantage, making him a tough challenge for anyone in the lightweight division. However, he admits that Lopez's power, determination, and ability to adapt make the fight far from predictable. Garcia emphasizes that boxing at this level is often decided by small margins, timing, and moments of opportunity. Even a fighter considered the favorite must remain cautious, because one clean combination or smart adjustment can instantly shift momentum. For Garcia, this matchup is a fascinating clash of styles where precision meets danger.
I would put my money on Shakur, but I won't be surprised if Teophimo surprises us all, for sure. I think I'm underestimating Teophimo a little bit, but I don't think he can make the necessary adjustments to his own style to combat what Shakur does best. But he could definitely prove me wrong, for sure.
This fight has become a chess match loaded with danger, opinions, and legacy. Experts are split, but one thing is clear: nothing will come easy inside that ring. Shakur's defense, timing, and control collide with Teophimo's pressure, counters, and late-round stamina. One mistake can flip the script instantly. History shows that slick boxers can be caught, and underdogs can rise when patience meets opportunity. Conditioning, focus, and mental sharpness will decide everything when the lights hit. This isn't just skill versus power, it's intelligence versus will. Fans are in for a tactical war where moments matter more than volume. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with real boxing fans. Drop your prediction in the comments and stay locked in, because this fight could shock the world. On Fight Night, only truth survives between ropes and Crown's King.